Angel Vision tangau entule ngai ke tu te teng teng na vekun chibai tu ni September ni som sang ni le som ni lili ahia Manipur gam song pansana thuki gen te ana in khomi na ngai khom no leng uthwai isahi ole Manipur gam sung boina thu le la hong leng thak nonin boy ki patunga pan tu ni tana mei te gam ta dan le Amy te omdan te chi te pansanin News 9 Live in Assam Rifle former DG anahau piwa yai tungtanga mi tam takin inangai sau himale hian khatin again te thei siam lo le anamu halo omding ai manin tu tunga aki ho nau akim sip sip hi ke male again tuble athu paizia saulo en khom sukin igen thei dan danin aki ho lim nau pansanin thukup bol sukleng uthwai isahi News 9 Live Deputy Managing Director Kartik Le ex-DG Lieutenant General PC Nair Assam Rifle 10 Holimna Waitu Manipur Baina Pansana Anane Nawa Amy Tele Meti Te Kala Kenan Tuana Ichidiam Ahi Kele Tuleng Tuang Tuang Pansana Tuki Gente Chiang Huntong Mama Sakinom Hi Huay huna Kartikin Dutna Chiang Taktaka Abolte Assam Rifle DG in Directin Gen Kechet Keimale Athu hem gena kipanin meite te mo ma ahi dan again mu thei nom hi Unified Command to kisai apoi mo lo thu dotna abol hunin aman Manipur boina ichi boina dang to kibang lo ahi Jammu and Kashmir boina to leng kibang lo ahi Manipur pe nam chikim te na aya ai su leng chituam ahi chia ya panin Manipura Unified Commanding in Manipur CM apoimo ke chi chiang taka anadong ai dan thei nom hi bana phol pisol karin ki hek poimo hiya athei level a hek theilotel ding chi hi birenin Manipur boina illegal immigrant le kani le chingte ziak ahi achi pin adik ma ai diam chi dot na bol hiya huai huna ARDG in Politics thil ka genut kei himale gamle nam thua point ni in kaundong ding chi hi akhat na din Manipur population khandan to kisaya state dang Bihar hong to te leng atom zo thama state khen khat to te in leng atom zo tham hun paisa to te ka ding in Manipur pen akhang lwa hilau hi population rate dan in enleng akeniam lamleng ahi chi hi ani na kanile chin na to kisaya hun paisa pan etin kanile chin na inleng kiam lam not ai dan record a enleng chiang hon tok chi hi athugen te avek sip sipin igen kim ke ya himale again no pena chiang hiya waitu illegal immigrant le kanile chingte jaka Manipura boina piang hilo ahi chi ahi manin Amy ten idik na nasanu gen nuam lo in kitongin koki le zomi khongin boy leng le hon pan pi tu ding kinai lai ai chi nom hi bana idik nau gen te tason tu ding ikise khia tu hiam ahi kele I heu tu le makai ten ibo zoyu poimo lo ai chi nom hi mai te ten kuki te Assam Rifle ten pan pi wa hi chi to kisai thu dikhia chi dot ai hunin aman ko ka diu tiu ka sepu ai kwa ma gup tuam kanai keyu kukite tang dunga ting ai wa thau akha changun advantage anei hoi ma mau hile leng huchi bang mi kamu changun kukite leng kaman jel thau new sa leng namu huchi line mei de ten kuki area ahong kap som changun kananang jelu huai ai di ai piu chi hi yai to kisaya video achet na ding leng nei ka hi chi hi yai tung tanga buffer zone kan di ko na area kwa ma ka phal ke hi mimu huai ka diu tiu a hi mei te ten hon kan so mun ma zia kwa kinang to mun ka hiu achi no na a hi chileng chang pen din iging ta hi amanagin zilna AR10 amo puak na bangwa na simu ahi book waitu rule kibol pansana gamtang ahi chia tulaya social media toma thuleng flekto kisaihin bomle thil tuam a hitale social media a diklo tak taka ki hi tezia ka thudik lo leng nak ma chi leng ki hai lo ahi chi hi thau lu hian na to kisaya leng bangja ka thau kha humlo na hi u hiam chi mi tam taka pandop na om tham chia himale pil siam taka adon na pin again ut tak engen jang sakleng ichi hi phaizanga state force abik takin IRB kem lu na thau sanga wang lu hiat ahi hunin anei tu ten kham lo ahi le ko bang chin ka kham thei ka kham zo ding wa chi pen again nop dan ahi hi uchi kom kala mundang tam taka thau alu som nau ki kham zo lo ahi chin leng gen be la phi Assam rifle ten singtang mi te abik takin kukite panpi chi na to kisaya Assam rifle laka singtang mi atam jia ahi chiango na te pin bang chena na dong dia chi dot na bol ahi hunin ARDG in Assam rifle kichi pen hun paisa etina kumbang za hiam paisa etin zalaka akim khat walte singtang mi naga kuki chi te ahi thamwa himale tu hun chiang tan ha edin apar sena ending chileng meite te tamzo ahi chi arambai tengle te to kisaya ARDG in AR10 state police thuni tu te apan mat the ahi chi order amu ke wale ki man the mok lo ahi chi bana arambai te UNLF help te to ki mixu ahi chi chiang takin gen khizama ahi wai kya leng hilawin meite mi pi abik takin nupi polte apan gupna anga luat jiakun ki gam tang thei tak lo ahi chi Manipura tu lai takin police aum ke chia azia ka hile main thum sang ni le som ni le thuma boina akipata panin meite police le koki police chia ki henna waitu tangam police singtangama police te chaki henna ahi manin Manipura tu lai taka police lo ahi chi tunaya drone le rocket thu to kisai dot ahi hunin yai tung tanga Myanmar tan pha gen kai kha ka ahi manin Myanmar tung tang igen masading chi kum sang ni le som ni le ni in Myanmar se paiten Arakan army te be nadin drone anazangwa tunai April kha sang ni le som ni le in drone anazang no chi yai to kisaya I thei ding wa bel Myanmar gam sunga koki naga le meite ten kem nei veku ahi chia huchi ahi le hiai huna drone ka phiata omte zanga thudik lo the zak bai samma ma ding ahi dan nangleng na chiang ma ding chi hi amanagin zelna tu khabul lama koki ten drone zangu ahi chia ahong ke thang hunin kalom te khatin lamdang na sa ya chin hondong chia wai hunin ken lamdang ka sake a history wai tu Myanmar a thiltung hun paisa a thilom dan chi te thei chiang ma ka hi manin hiai bang thiltung thei ma a hi ka chi hi ajak bel thudik lo pan sana ki kap to ana tam lo a hi chi ka chiang kel zia ka hi chi hi drone zata a hi chi thu ka zak khit nungin AR ka sepi te le army chief tan pha ka ho pi pa chia mun tom tama pan sui zui na kane a panin yai bang bom khiata lo ai dan chiang takin ka thei chi video footage ki mole social media hong ke kap khete ai le Palestine gamle Myanmar gama thil tung tengen ai chi wai jakin yai me te le ku kite ki kap to na abom gen min thang teu ki kap khalo him ai chi drone zangleng om tham mau hile leng huchi bang bom khe thei ding khopyala drone lam ki thei lo him a hi chi ni thum paisa ha numei khat le naw pang khat liam na tuak te leng bom hala liam mu a hi chi pen bom hala liam mu hilo a hi chia yai to ki sai leng mei te news ma ma ana kiswa kinta amau te thau tanga liamu a hi chi hi rocket bangyal khopa mun sau tak tak akap thei na teu dot a hi hunin nair in nui komin waite rocket le missile hi lo a hi chia local made le galvan nal ma ma khat amin leng pum pi kichi a hi chi bana gamdang apan galvan huchibang omdin kaging takei chia a om le leng tamlo chik lel a om ding himale tak thei na tana leng huchibang galvan omlo him a hi chingen bela phi
Manipur require a unified command under the Chief Minister?
I'm sure you're trying to allude to what is happening in
Absolutely, in last 48 hours.
Possibly also in J&K.
Yes.
So to begin with, this is again a place where many people go wrong. It's not a question of one size fits all. No, not at all. On the contrary, the Northeast is a very different cup of tea from what J&K is. J&K, we all know there's just one source which is fomenting this trouble, that is Pakistan, in multiple ways. But here, it's a very complicated issue. There are various ethnic groups who carry different historical baggages. There is history which dictates what people do. There is geography and trans-border linkages also. So all of these in some way affect. So it is, I think, for the people in positions of power to decide as to what works well. If they have decided that the current system is what is best, probably that may be right.
Are you saying that unified command is not the best way to deal with the issue in Manipur? The way unified command is functioning in Kashmir?
No, what is there currently is surely not cast in stone. It's not that it cannot change. If I think the government feels that there is a need to change this, surely this will be changed. I don't think there will be any backtracking from that.
Why were the IRB centers such easy targets in the initial days?
Karthik, in the initial days, what happened was when these armory got looted, the numbers in which they went to loot the armory were huge. There were many women also. The constabulary was actually overwhelmed by the sheer number, the volume of people that came. But yes, the other way of looking at it is, if they came to loot your armory, why didn't you fire a single shot? This is a question that will always remain. So, not just once,
was there collusion?
4-5 times. No, there's not confusion.
Collusion.
Probably, sorry?
Collusion.
Of that, I'll not be able to say because I'm not privy. When you have certain things with a certain degree of assurance, you've heard or seen or read. Read, of course, I'll not count. But if you've seen or heard it yourself, only then can you say there's a collusion, of which I don't have. But the point is, one is the numbers, they were quite overwhelmed. Initial days, there were women, but like I said, why was not a single bullet fired in retaliation as are the orders for any security forces? But once a particular armory got looted, the mob possibly got motivated that they can do some more, and they did follow it up with few more armories being looted. But I mean, that is also a time when the police had totally bifurcated. They were not really preventing this from happening, but gradually as the coordination between security forces, central security forces and the police started improving, things got better. I can tell you with conviction that there were at least 8 or 9 instances where looting of armory was stopped, prevented by Assam Rifles, both proactively as also when we got the input. And if we had not stopped those, today instead of 5,000 weapons looted, you would have had 10 to 12,000 weapons which would have been out in the open.
Recently, 2 Assam Rifles battalions were moved out, sir. A lot of social media wars erupted over it. Why did this happen?
Thanks, Karthik. I'm glad you asked this question. In some way, many people have seen this as succumbing to the Meitei pressure why these 2 battalions have been removed. Again, it's not a full construct that comes in the media. You know what is happening in J&K, Jammu region particularly. we are fully committed. The Army, Assam and Rashtriya Rifles are fully committed. There is no scope of actually moving out troops from anywhere else and moving them to Jammu and Kashmir. So there was this necessity felt of 2 battalions to go, which has been decided, and it is not these 2 battalions that we are talking of. Similarly, so one is necessity of 2 battalions going there. Second was also looking at places where some troops could be removed from Manipur. Today you have large columns of CRPF who have gone. Most of the Indian Army columns have gone. What remains is Assam Rifle column by and large, and they can't be there for posterity. Obviously, where there are places where the situation is manageable, battalions will be removed, and that is how these 2 battalions have been removed. And incidentally, the 2 battalions that have gone, 7 Assam Rifle, I must make a special reference, holds an all-time record of doing exceedingly well in J&K. It's a record which no other battalion has.
Okay. You know, before I move on to the issue of tactic, drones, long-range missiles, can you just set the record straight for Assam Rifles, you know? Then in this entire controversy, somehow the force has become a point of debate.
Okay. Again, I am very happy you asked me this question, because I was pleasantly surprised. As a Director General, I used to be travelling the length and breadth of the country, and in far-flung places from like Bengaluru and Chennai, I was asked this question by some of my very good friends, my classmates, as to why is exactly what you are trying to tell me, as to why is Assam Rifle doing a favour to a particular community and not helping the government. To which my point is, there are 2-3 things I would like to tell you here. Is we have been castigated, blamed for no fault of us. My men, of course, I am a former DG now, the people of Assam Rifle, the soldiers, the officers are doing what is supposed to be done by the book. They are not doing any kind of favour to anyone, and I give you an example of Meitei and Kuki soldiers being there in our midst. History probably will judge us better than what is now coming in the media. There are multiple things. You spoke of drone, I will come to that aspect also. A large amount of the flag that we are facing is because of wrong reportage, A. Second, the wrong social media videos and photos that are going around.
Okay. Okay. How would you describe Arambai Tengol?
Well, Arambai Tengol, again, I will not go into the background. You would know it must have been discussed many times. But the point is, it is like the Kuki groups are a point of concern for us when they are going around with weapons. So are the Arambai Tengols when they go around. But what is of special concern to us is the Arambai Tengols are all operating in the denotified area. Denotified area, like you would know, is the area where the ASPA does not apply. So we cannot proactively just go and start catching them unless there is a reportage that comes from the local police or complaint from the DC or something. We cannot be just going and searching around for them, because it's a denotified area. We are not supposed to operate there unless the police calls us. So that is an area of concern. But again, now in some way they have mixed up with the UNL faction which came for ceasefire peers, UNL of Pambi. It's mixed up with them. There are people from the other groups also who have joined.
Yai banga holim na anay pinu ngay no mama kia hilawin thudik tak puang khengam omsun leng hi ahi manin eiloin ipuan hiat zo mama alo hon puan hiat sak ding omnon gate ahi manin kipa huai chi tana hun sak mailoin michi in step dingun jangleng othuai isahi ahi takagenin eiloin PR iswawa memorandum khong ibolwa waite Prime Minister, Home Minister, DC chi te kyanga ipiak changwa na sim lo kisapa pa hidingin ikiging tahi bana zana igin khang ma bangin PR iswawa memorandum ipiak wale vual zo na dana ngai tua wain gen nei ma ma dana koi suk mokin aban sunjom nolo mai ma gen zo nei khasek ma inte himale kathu gel kathu piak kathu so in bang tan ding kha a reaction bang om aya chi lam ingai saklo chiangin akan nan na omlo bang isahi PR so in memorandum khong mi poimo tuam te kyanga ipiak piak pen u i hi thei to pu hi sak mai ma i hiu ya thil dang a hi ding dan thei zo ma ma lo i hiu ya a hi ke le a hi nuam lo lam i hiu ya chi khom ke dok tuak sakinam hi ole angel vision tanga ke pan tunia dia yai mi ni te holim na tung to na thukup i bol te yai bang ting a hi entule ngai ke to te ting ting na vekun om nom